The show concept for this year is almost like a look to the past. We kind of embrace ourselves for being the Cadets and what that has stood for many years. The organization has a strong foundation, and we want to kind of celebrate that a little bit.
This coming season, we're going to present music that every drum corps fan loves. We're going to do it with a modern twist.
It's a beautiful thing, I think. It's an homage to the Cadets past and to our present and even to the future. We've gone back and selected iconic pieces of music and iconic visual moments and iconic looks from our past. We've chosen some music the Corps did in 1982, and then music we've done over 20 years later, music that we first performed in 2005, and all through the years in between.
The opening fanfare, it's Simple Gifts from Appalachian Spring. And I think a lot of people kind of identify the Cadets with Appalachian Spring and Copeland. So we thought that we would open with that for the first minute and a half. From there, we're going to go into Rocky Point. And I think people identify the Cadets with Rocky Point. From here, we're going to go into, I think, is one of the best ballads the Cadets have ever done, and that is Dancer in the Dark. We did it in 2005. I love the music, and again, I think that's one of the top ballads that you'll find, not just at the Cadets, but in drum corps history.
We continue on with one of the most fun, audience-engaging moments of the Corps with Van Morrison's Moon Dance that we did in 2001. Going to be really coolly staged and just, a great activity for everybody to watch and hear. And we'll finish from the land race, which we did to finish the show in 1995. And that was a terrific year for the Corps in terms of how the audience identified with us. Americana, so often we have been kind of associated with that. So really the show kind of pays homage with new twists, by the way, to all these through different visual interpretations, slightly different revisions in the horn and percussion books, and now that we have soundscape that we didn't really have for much of those other years to add to this, it'll feel comfortable, and at the same time, it'll be a look at what's going to happen, where the Cadets are headed for the future.
For me, there's a few heartstrings because I personally marched to some of these songs. This is more heartfelt because what we all went through with COVID and the fact that the drum corps is out there and they exist and they're doing what they do. On top of the music and the repertoire that the design team picked is it's pretty outstanding. So whether you were a cadet back in the 60s or if you're a cadet now, if you're a future cadet, it's gonna pull a heartstring somewhere.
This process of putting a show together for this particular summer has been very, very rewarding. It's been really folks full of hope, optimism, and a lot of excitement to be able to bring something great for the kids to perform, and then also produce an experience for the audience to really, really enjoy.
It's a really nostalgic show, and I think it's really interesting to hear the music again and to see it like recreated and brought back to life.
I think it was very important as a design team to really consider the season that we are going to be a part of in 2021. I think it's very different to what we've been used to. Obviously, drum corps has built since the 70s in its current form. Obviously, drum corps existed before then, but since the 70s, it's kind of it's built and it's continued a journey. We've never had a pause in that journey until now. So I think as a design team, we really reflected on that really.
Well, I really never thought I'd have the chance to be in front of Seabrass at the Cadets with them wearing the traditional uniform. And that's the uniform that I wore. And that's the uniform that everybody knows. It's one of the most identifiable uniforms in all of the activity. And tradition is certainly part of where this performance media comes from.
The tradition of the uniform is well known for everybody that watches the Corps this year. And again, I think it was really important that choice was made.
The uniform to me has always been regimented, to the fore, prim and proper. I will say is back to you know, what you get by wearing the uniform, watching people, you know, move and play in the uniform, and then the alumni who are gonna praise us and you know, pat us on the back for that, and let the membership know how much it means to them. I think that's going to, you know, help cultivate and generate like that excitement on the field again.
When we unveiled that we were wearing the traditional uniforms to the members, I saw tears of joy. I saw hands up on Zoom. They were elated. The chat filled up so quickly with, you know, I'm overwhelmed, I'm out of breath, I'm so excited, I'm so honored, I can't believe I get to wear the traditional cadet uniform. That really led the design team down the road of telling a very nostalgic story of what young people now think back to when they think about the cadets starting in 1934, that they take the honor and the tradition and the innovation and really everything that is the cadets to heart. And the young people are so committed to giving that uniform its honor that it deserves.
The reason you join the cadets is so you can have the cadet experience. It's a little bit unique in the drum corps world, in my opinion. I've been around a lot of drum corps. They're all fantastic. They all work hard. They're all completely dedicated. But there's something a little different with the cadets. And I think the members want that experience, and they're going to revel in that experience. They're going to embrace it. And I think they're going to take it to the next level. I think they're going to be amazing in their ability to perform this show with the limited amount of time we have to rehearse on a daily basis after we leave every day. So I think for them, it's a chance to be a cadet. And I think it might even be a chance for them to really feel like a cadet really fast if they're new members. Because boom, they're playing some music that has been done by the Corps before. They've got some visual looks that might look the same as they've seen before. And it might be really exciting to have a chance to step into those shoes and have a chance to say, here we are, we're the cadets. You remember this, now remember us.
Our goal is to get the audience to stand up. We've designed a show that is great for the performers, but really geared towards a connection with the audience.
Thank you for anyone who has supported the cadets through this past year. It's been really difficult for the organization, and they can absolutely use your support. And then in the summer, if you have the opportunity, come out and see a show.
There's nothing at all better in life than you. Nothing. The history is not what it is. The future is not what it is. And the present most certainly wouldn't happen without you. Anybody that could come out, support, keep giving to the cadets, please do.
I can't stress enough how important it is to support Drum Corps again, more than ever before. Whether that's us and you're a fan of the cadets, you're an alumni, you're a current member, or a parent, support all Drum Corps. It's important to support in any way that you can, whether that's through a donation or coming to a show, going to a rehearsal, showing your support. There's never been more important time to support Drum Corps.
I want to thank all of the alumni and the supporters of the cadets, the parents, the volunteers, the staff, the design team, administration, the members, anyone and everyone who helps the cadets get on the road this summer. It's not too late. You can help us. We need your help, and we so appreciate it.
The thing that I'm excited for, I think the members are excited for, the staff is excited for, is to be together, right, in the same venue again, in the same room again, where, you know, these performers, some of them, we've contracted some people that they've never had a live experience in the Corps before.
I'm excited to hear horns and drums and keyboards and, just get back at it.
The human condition is such that we desire and need connection. So for us to be able to gather in the same place and share music, share performance, share relationship, it's part of what Drum Corps is.
It's going to be a very special experience, and one that makes me even think we better build some time to reflect in there. Meaning, you know, I think there's going to be an experience where it's just going to be blowing our mind a little bit that we're finally all together.
It's going to be exciting. I think it's going to be a bit emotional, you know, that we get back together and get to work together with something that we're also very passionate about.
Well, I think the May camp coming up is going to be just an unbelievable experience for everybody involved. Not just the members, of course, but the staff, the volunteers. And there's some phenomenal volunteers at Cadets and all drum corps, in fact, always have been, and they are the fabric of the corps. But for everybody to come back together again and to see each other again and to have that kind of community and that family bond that we've always had, that we've missed, of course. And often in these difficult times, it is those small conversations with people. You know, those just sometimes you just sit at the food truck, or you sit in the morning breakfast time, or a late snack before you go to bed at a camp, and you have those little chats with people that you don't always get to see. I think that's so important in our lives. So, yeah, there's more beyond the music and the drill and the spinning and all of those things that, of course, that camp are going to bring, and it'd be awesome. But it is the relationships, I think, that are going to be most important at that camp in May.
I can't imagine how exciting it would be if I was a marching member going to this camp and standing in the horn line arc for the first time, or on the field in the opening set for the first time, and what that might, I think there'd be tears of joy all over the place as we get the weekend going. And I don't think it'll stop the entire weekend. It's going to be very, very special.